Hi my YouTuber friends, we're going to talk about propane tank and the dangers of it after these messages.
You would have thought with all the knowledge that I have, I would have known this. Here's the reality. I could have died, and I'm not too happy about it. So right here is where I have my propane tank. So I have two appliances. I have the Wave 3, and I have the Everest camp stove. Both lines connected to a Y, and it's connected directly to the propane tank that feeds both of these lines right here. Nope, you'd be wrong. Wait for it. It wasn't the Y connected that went bad. Hold on, we'll get to it. It's coming up. So when I take the propane tank out to fill it, I'm only undoing this connection right here to do it. All these connections right here, this one and the other one, they always stay where they're at. These never get played with. All the fittings were fine, as well as probably if you check your fittings will probably be fine as well. But this is what happened. I moved this line a little bit, the long propane hose that connects to my stove, and I pushed down on it and it went and it started spewing out propane gas. And I was like, what the heck, man? I mean, the gas just kept pouring out of there. That's cramped down on the hose itself was leaking from underneath of there. Okay, here is the scariest part of this whole thing. Hold on to your seats because it sure did me. So what would happen is that in the evening, when everything would cool down and I would go to bed, it would cause this hose to shrink up. That's why I couldn't find a leak in there anywhere, because as it warmed up during the morning and during the day, this hose would expand and close up any gap that there would be. The only way I ended up actually deducing what was wrong, when I found this piece right here separated from the holes underneath the cabinet. That was underneath the counter right there, feeding to the stove. That's how I figured this out. That should never...
Yes guys, you heard it from my good friend. He has another channel. His channel is Life Force. Check out his channel. He's a van dweller. He lives out of his van full time. This guy is very, very awesome. He's more authentic than a lot of van channels that you see out there. He's very authentic. Check him out. But I had to do a video on that. He got me thinking about the propane and why you have to be careful how to do it properly. You know, you watch his video and you watch the video I copied some of his detail on his video to show you guys. Check out his channel anyway. But this big up to Life Force. Life Force in the house. Oi oi! Punk rock. Anyway, I recommend when using propane, I think he used the Y, but like he told you, the Y was not the problem. It was the propane, the wiring itself. I mean the wiring or the tube. Yeah. So I second that. So I decided to do a quick video to tell you guys. I recommend always every so often check your wiring and try not to use your propane for too many stuff. I recommend like I have the stove and I have that. Like he had the Y for both. And it's not just him. A lot of van dwellers tend to use the propane for the heater, for this, for that, for this, and that, and 3 or 4 other things. Me personally, I think that's too much stuff to use. This propane tank is only used just for the heater up front. As you can see over there, it's covered right now because I cover up my heater. Got a sky punk there and there. I cover in the summertime. I cover my heater. This way the dust and stuff doesn't get to it. And you know, and I do check my wiring. My wire is pretty good. Wire is pretty good. I got my measuring thing here, so I know how much gas in it. I got plenty of gas. And like I says, with this, I use this when I cook here. I use this separate. I never have both. It's kind of funny because I do have the Y as well, and I was thinking of using that. Again, that's not the problem with him. The problem was the connection here that popped off. As you see the video, you see how it popped off. And he thought it was okay. So when he slept, he felt dazy or dozy or kind of high overnight. That's dangerous. What I recommend to you guys do as well is get one of these. Make sure you have one of these. Put it on the low area because the propane is heavy. The propane gas is heavy, so it's going to seep at the bottom first and work its way up to you. So always use that first. This is a must. This is a must. So far, I've had no problem with it. Thank God. And thank God Life Force is in good shape. Thank God to him. Like I said, big up to him. You know, check out his channel like it says. Because, you know, he sends people to my channel. I'm going to send people to him as well. And thank God that is okay. By the way, Life Force, if you do watch this video, get one of these. If you still, I know you're a bit shaken and you may not you may turn away from propane. But I assure you, the propane tanks today are safer than the ones in the 80s and 90s. They're safer because the plastic containers, these are strong. And when you do tighten them, I always said it in other videos, don't tighten them tight. Tighten them hand tight. Once you can't turn it no more, that's it. And that's what I've done. And every so often, you can throw water or not grease, soap liquid or something that can bubble up and make sure it's okay. I do that every so often. But like I says, it's summer's here now, and I only use this in the winter time. I only use this just for the heater, like I says, not for this. With this, like I said before, this is what you use. Here you go. This is what you use. This is safer to use. I use this for this. You know, people will say, Scott, but why you have these and then the big propane tank? It's safer. I think it's safer because this way with the propane, you're only using one wire connection. So when you can check the one wire if there's something wrong, if it's leaking, or let me see under here. You can't see there. See, go right through here. This is like here. It's going through here, and then it goes through. Let me go down the bottom. Through here. This is my dog's pee pad. Goes through here. Goes under here. Under here. Under here. And under here. And through here. And through here. And here too. So and I think every few years, especially if you live in your van full time, I think these you got to change every few years, because these do get rotten after a while, after 3-4 years. They do not last forever. So I recommend you always change them, check them every day for your safety. Very important that you check them. You know, propane is safe, but you must respect it. Like I said earlier, the propane tanks today are safer today than before. And they do have more safety features, like when it's hot weather, instead of overheating, they have a pipe, a little piece here, which lets out air, like a little piss, little air. So this way it doesn't, compress or anything. So these propane tanks are more safer than before. Anyway, guys, I hope you got an idea from this, and I hope you learned something from this video. This is just a learning type video. I figured it was important for me to do a video on this because of my good friend who lives at his van full time, Life Force. And like I said, big up to Life Force one more time again, And I thank God he's in good shape. Thank God he's okay. Guys, respect the propane, guys. Respect propane. Don't, it won't respect you. With that, I'm out. Keep it nice, keep it sweet, and keep it real. And as usual, keep it nice, keep it sweet, and keep it real. DIY. Living life on your terms, nobody else's. God bless. Punk rock, keep it nice, keep it sweet, keep it real. Later.